This game right here had me totally and completely perplexed. I ain't gonna lie, the Steelers might as well not even been the fuck out there. Game just started, the fans at home ain't even sat down comfortably yet with their food, and you giving up a 98-yard touchdown immediately. 98-yard touchdown pass immediately to Gabe Davis.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football 2022 Week 5 recap brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes representing the Gotham Rogues, and joining me as usual representing Run the Justins, Jose Guzman.
Signed with the Raiders. All I caught were these charges.
And representing Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, Dan Mahoney.
Gabe Davis and I have a blood feud now.
And Tito Cruz is on assignment. So,
Yeah, we sent him to Kansas.
go interview the
He's
humble
looking for the
Patrick
Chiefs,
Mahomes.
and he can't figure out why he can't find them.
So, the 2022 NFL season is cooking like Russ, as we've been subject to some of the worst professional football games since the invention of instant replay. Meanwhile, Panthers head coach Matt Reuhle is the first NFL coach to be fired this season. So that means it's time to panic, fantasy football managers.
Yeah. I
So
mean, if real football teams are firing their coaches, don't think your fantasy team won't fire your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If they're making personnel changes, it means if you're rocking a 1-4 right now, you might need to do a full overhaul.
Wouldn't be me.
Phil directly that comment.
To be fair, Jose, we'll get there eventually, but to be fair, you are not the only 1-4 team in the league.
Listen, all of us have records with 1s and 4s in them. It's fine.
Oh, do we all?
We do.
All right, so let's see who needs to smash that panic button, and we'll send it over to Mahoney with the Week 5 scoreboard.
Dun-dun-dun.
All right, so if you recall, in our Week 4 show, I was like, Mel has a shit ton of great running backs, and I am not looking forward to facing him, and I was right.
You sure were. You called that one.
That was a shit show for me. So Thursday night, I have stupid Russ Wilson, who rolls into town, doesn't throw a touchdown, gets me, what's he get me, 9 points? Just ridiculous.
8.
8 points, even better. Just straight up garbage. Just trash. I'm so annoyed all Thursday. I'm just so annoyed with him Thursday night. And then between him, Cortland Sutton got I think it was 10. My box score is still loading.
9-5.
9-5. So that's fine, especially when Russ, is shit in the bed like that.
Yeah, I mean that's actually amazing the way Russell Wilson's been playing.
Exactly. And then friggin' Nyheim Hines, who I drafted because I was waiting for Jonathan Taylor to be injured. And here comes Jonathan Taylor injured, and this is his moment to shine. Yep. I put him in the game. I'm riding high, can't wait to see what he does. And then he essentially dies on the first play of the game.
Yeah.
He got swallowed up in that Bronco Let's Ride vortex of negative points.
Yeah. Looked like he was a puppet that somebody cut the strings on. Just wobbly all over the field, and that was it. 0.5 out of him. So Thursday I was like, great, this week is over. This week is over. But my team really came back. So with that shitty Thursday, 3 of my players scoring me a total of less than 20 points, I still managed to put up 116 points, which I was very pleased with. But Mel and his Melf Hunters, 139 and a half. Jesus. How is anybody supposed to compete with that?
Well, I mean, 2 people have.
Yeah, well.
He said, maybe ask them.
It was something. I think, did Mel start out 0-2? Because I think once the kid down in Houston caught fire. I don't think he's lost.
I
since.
think you're
I'm not
correct.
sure he might lose again.
Yeah, because Eckler didn't really start well.
Yeah.
I think he picked up Curtis Samuel, and Damian Pierce started awful. And Kittle still really hasn't been Kittle yet.
Yeah.
Like
So-
he hasn't. I don't think he's had a game like past 15, maybe past 10.
I think I may be done playing Mel for the rest of the year, and I am plenty fine with that. Yeah, that was it. That's the last time I play Mel. So good luck, the rest of you. Hope you enjoy that.
It sounded like you were just quitting. You were like, "That's the last time I play Mel.
All done.
Ever.
Next time I'm scheduled to play Mel, I'm just dropping my entire roster."
I might as well. So I was very encouraged to see my team turn it around, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. He was unstoppable.
And I mean, you're still 4-1, so
yeah, but you know,
you were
not
at
as
least
good as
prepared.
5-0.
I would rather shit the bed Thursday than hold out hope until Monday. I mean, you still had
Yeah.
hope, but you had already written,
had, like,
written the week off.
the longest shots of hope, where I was like, man, if something wild happens, it might be a pleasant surprise. But on Thursday, I was like, this isn't gonna happen. On Sunday, I was like, all right, guys, good work. But Monday night, I think I had like my kicker and my running back or something, and I was just like, I mean, let's not go crazy here.
And they went crazy. Jacobs put up 26-5. Your kicker put up 16.
Yeah. Not
And-
quite enough, but very
And
close.
Josh Jacobs didn't assault anyone.
It's true, and
Yeah, I
that's a
know.
plus.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Josh Jacobs has been coming through for me. He started off a little slow, 6.5, 7.5.
Well, I think it's that McDaniels didn't pick up his option. He's like, nah, mother. Now,
That's right.
only if Denver would have done this.
Yeah,
But, he's got that Belichick New England mindset. Like, we don't pay nobody. You prove yourself. Then we'll talk.
Yeah, I think it was
Love it.
well, it was before the Monday night game where they were talking about how Josh Jacobs didn't get his option picked up, and he's like, "Oh, well, it just means I got to work harder now. I got to show everybody what I'm worth." That's good for
and
Mahoney.
either re-sign here or raise my value and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Either way, it works for him playing good.
So yeah, Mel got 33 out of Eckler. He got 17.5 out of Barkley and 17.5 out of Pierce. So his three-headed running back dragon there. But
Well, and then he kind of has a fourth running back with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
and like, good on him for picking Jalen Hurts, who I feel up until this season was strictly middle of the road, like dime a dozen quarterback, and that Philadelphia team is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on that verge of this is the year he either stays meh or he raises the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And he done raised that bar.
Yep.
He done did it. That bar has done been brought.
Well, I have released my wild Russell Wilson back to Broncos country where he can ride to his heart's content. Sent him to live on a farm upstate because I cannot stand to look at him anymore.
Well, I mean, you're not the
How about
only
you go
one.
tend to the rabbits.
Apparently, everyone can't stand to look at Russell Wilson in Seattle, in Denver.
I'm in 5 leagues and he was dropped a lot this week.
Yeah. Well, the news came out, so he, shit the bed. And then they're like, oh, yeah, he's got a partially torn lat. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, get out of here. Like,
Yeah,
no, thanks.
let's make up excuses for, we're in week 5 now and Russell Wilson
Yeah.
still has not cooked.
Exactly.
Somebody
And I
needs to
saw
hit
the
him
way
with a
his
latitude.
teammates were looking at him. And that situation is not going to get any better by
Yeah,
Cincinnati. So,
he might end up getting hit with a bunch of pillowcases filled with bars of soap.
seriously.
Oh, they
Seriously.
do a team sleepover. Beat the shit out of them over the night.
Well, that's weird. You guys do team sleepovers here in Denver? Never heard of that. That's weird. All right.
Why does this room smell heavy of Irish Spring?
Oh my God. Irish Spring is such a distinct odor. I smelled it as you said that.
Like, am I
Imagine
in a
smelling
dorm?
52 bags of Irish Spring coming at you.
Ugh. So, oh well. Still 4-1. I'm pleased with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Let
Tito.
Russ mildly barbecue.
God, I can't even imagine.
Let Russ toss the salad.
Oh,
I'm very interested
like
to
that.
see how the rest of his season goes, because what I am prepared for is that now that I dropped him, next week he's going to put up like 47 points, and I simply don't care.
No,
Like, I
no, no.
don't-
You
Oh,
have to.
You mean the Gabe Davis effect?
Yeah, you have
Exactly,
to
the
detach
Gabe
yourself
Davis
from that.
effect.
He has hurt you too much
Yeah.
to give a shit about any touchdowns he throws the rest of the season.
Nope. Nope. I will not regret this move, no matter how he performs the rest of the year. That is for
Someone
sure.
might get lucky a couple weeks from now if their QB goes down, and maybe Russ is just starting to cook. Like, he learned how to make an egg.
Maybe with that partially torn lat, I
Yeah.
don't like his chances.
Oh my God.
He needs a latitude adjustment.
You know that meme that's like, nobody understands, but I have a tummy ache and I'm being a very brave boy. That's how I feel about Russell Wilson. He's like out there in the press conference after the game, and they're like, "Russ, what went wrong out there?" And he's like, "Not a single one of you understands that I have a tummy ache, and I'm being a very brave boy right now." It's ridiculous. All right, so speaking of players that I have jettisoned from my team, the last player who disappointed me, who I didn't want to see anymore, was Gabe Davis. And I sent him to Tito. And Tito did not start him, which I cannot blame him, because why would you have started Gabe Davis? He's been nothing but a disappointment.
Sure.
And then he caught that 100-yard touchdown in the first 2 seconds of the game. What did he score? He scored 30.5 points this week on Tito's bench.
Mainly on 2 catches, because later he had a fucking like a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he only had 3 receptions, but 171 yards. So, and that's the other thing. I don't give a shit, because no one in their right mind would have started Gabe Davis this week. Like, he's been doing terrible. Nobody was going to start him.
Imagine all the suckers that are going to start him this week, though.
Yeah, and then he's going to score 4.5, and they're going to be like, "Oh, that's weird." I hope Tito starts him this week, because I play Tito this week.
Tito start Gabe Davis challenge.
Yeah.
Watch him start with a 100-yard touchdown. He's going to be the first player to average a 100-yard touchdown for the rest of the season.
Oh my God. It's a shame that Tito did not start him, though, because he lost by 3 points, 108 to 105.
Tito,
With fucking Josh Allen putting up 42 points. That hurts the most. Your
Yeah,
quarterback
your
puts up
quarterback scores
42,
42,
you kicking
yeah.
your feet back.
yeah. Tito's been taking a couple real hard losses. Last week was at 1 point. This week it's 3 points.
His
Yeah.
team's not bad either. Like,
That
He's
fucking
1-4.
sucks.
His running backs are really letting him down.
well, Amon kind of let everyone down.
Yes.
They announced he was playing, so of course you start him, but he really kind of didn't play.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, everyone on the Lions let people down.
Nobody
Yeah,
on
oh my
the
God.
Lions played, really.
What string quarterback is
Zappy, baby.
third string quarterback New England's playing currently?
Third string, yep.
And they
Fucking
beat
Zap Chips
the
playing.
Lions. The Lions, who have been looking strong.
Great. They've been looking great.
They beat the Lions 29-0. Oh my God. Jesus.
Ugh.
Just not right.
Something the matter over there.
And then James Robinson, who's been hot, only putting up 4. That didn't help too much either.
Yeah. Yeah, Tito really got let down by a lot of his players.
And then his tight end, 0. Like anything from the tight end. Come on. A measly 3 from the tight end with a tight end.
Doesn't he have... Oh, he has more than one tight end, but it's Kyle Pitts who's injured.
Pitts
so.
is hurt. Yeah.
I thought he had somebody else.
Devontae Adams?
Gabe Davis?
No, well, yeah. No, I meant his tight end. I thought he had more than one tight end.
Tight end, yes.
And he does, and he's injured. But yes, he also has Gabe Davis and Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams, who got 25.5 points, which is pretty good in that really tough loss to Kansas City Monday night. But I'm thinking about it. You think maybe Devontae Adams is so good at his job, does he go out on the field and somebody places a bunch of C-stands around the field and he just weaves in and out of them? And that was the problem with the dude walking across is, he just saw a C-stand and he saw red.
I don't know. I couldn't. Did
Maybe.
the guy have a camera on?
I don't think it was a camera. It was something on a C-stand, though.
Because I couldn't tell if he was like trying to record him walking back.
No. I think he just chose the wrong time to cross.
To walk in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just stepped in front of him, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of my way."
He's like, "Fuck you, Hunter Renfro."
Yeah.
All he saw was a white guy getting his way again.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine your loss in, the final minutes of Monday Night Football, 29-30, and the loss occurs because you run into your teammate. You had like a wide open. Had they not run into each other, somebody was catching that ball and going for a touchdown. And then this motherfucker gets in your way with a C-stand. By that point, you're like, what the fuck? Does nobody see me? Like, I feel disrespected.
He pushed the guy who was standing in front of the bathroom he wanted to pee in later.
Yeah. Like, obviously, don't shove people to the ground,
right?
I suppose.
Especially, like, people that are just doing their job.
Right. But also, like, if the professional football team is leaving the field, get the fuck out of their way.
But what's weird is...
Get out of their way.
When he's leaving, it was just him and a couple of, like, it looked like equipment guys. So either he left before everybody else or he left after everyone else.
But, like, either way, clear the entrance. You know what I mean? Like, stand aside. If fucking C-3PO is going to be driving down the hallway on a golf cart, move to the side. You're going to get run over.
Yeah, that's all Devontae needed to say was beep, beep.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
And then, like, the other thing I will say on this is if a professional football player who just suffered a devastating loss knocks you over because you stepped in front of him trying to, like, basically, like, slide your way, like, past him to be like, woohoo, I'm not in your way. Like,
no, he didn't see
Get over it. Like, just get over it.
Get over it. But the hard part is that it's on camera. Everybody saw it.
Well, yeah, but that still doesn't mean you can't get over it.
Right. Like, yeah, I shouldn't have stepped in front of the guy.
All right, hold on, real quick. Let's pause Devontae Adams talk. Queek in the chat has a question. Who wins this trade? I trade Stevenson, Jeff Wilson / Mitchell, and Bateman for Mixon, Brandon Cooks, and Kyle Pitts.
Kyle
I
Pitts
think I would take that trade.
is hurt, and even when he's playing, he's not the best. Mariota's not really slinging the ball. You can't really trust Atlanta's pass offense right now.
Yeah. You know, Mixon is nice, but you got Stevenson. And didn't Harris just get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it might be the Stevenson.
You got a third string quarterback and the other running back on the Patriots is hurt. I'm keeping Stevenson.
I don't know. A 3-for-3 trade is sus always.
Always.
Like, so you're just trying to just piecemeal switch out my team for yours, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
I'm not inclined to do it. I guess it depends on your rank, like what your score, what your
what do you need?
Like if you're 1-4 and it's not.
Well, yeah, but if you're 1-4, that trade isn't taking you to a 4-game winning streak.
No, that's very true.
It's a coin flip though. Maybe it would.
The what?
It's a coin flip though because maybe it would. You're swapping out 3 mids for 3 mids. Who knows? Maybe all 3 of those mids go off for a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, but first you have to hope that they're not hurt anymore and they
Sure.
play.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's damaged
So that's
goods.
the other thing is they're not like actively playing. Like that, you
Sometimes
always gotta
people
be
just need
wary
to
when
drop
somebody's-
garbage off their team and not try to deal them away.
What's Mixon doing? Mixon's averaging 11 points, but most of that is across 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the Bengals offense has been up and down all year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
So
not
you're
looking like
giving
Super
away-
Bowl contenders.
With Stevenson, you're giving away a guaranteed offensive role for some guys.
Some
Like on
dudes.
paper, yeah, Pitts was supposed to be great. You'd love to have Pitts. But let's look at Pitts. Pitts has 2 points, 2 points, 10.5, 2.5. Not really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stevenson this last week got 18.
Quick.
Yeah. And his competition is out. Harris is down. And you got a third string quarterback in there. So I'm not trading Stevenson for anybody right now.
Yeah, or you better bring something harder.
Yeah.
I think that deal does not go in your favor.
Yeah, Quick.
Yeah.
I think you know the answer to this one. You just wanted to hear us say it out
People
loud.
know.
And we will say it for you. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Put 'em on,
Thank you
put
for
'em on
listening.
the line. We'll decline for you.
All right, next up, where are we at? Well, were we still
All right,
talking
next
Tito
we
versus
got-
Shark? We didn't talk about Shark's team at all, and Shark has been kind of in the basement lately, so this is a big win for him.
This is a big win for him. He's 2-3. He was almost 1-4.
Yeah, he was.
One of them was going to be 1-4. Unfortunately, he had to fall to Tito. But yeah, Shark, I mean, squeaked by really. Barely pulled it out at 108 to 105. So
I heard Tyler Lockett's name multiple times while watching NFL Red Zone, and
did it.
I just thought to myself about those couple of seasons where I had Tyler Lockett on my team, and he just pissed me off every week. So good
I
for
mean,
him.
He's one of those guys. But yeah, 24.5 for Lockett. That's what really won him the game. Everybody else was pretty basic.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the Broncos defense, for how shitty that game was, put up 13 points.
yeah.
So that kind of helped.
He
'Cause
did say
Jacksonville's D was on a roll and put up 6.
Shark did say something in the Discord about how I think he was setting up Cincinnati Comic-Con, and I guess it had shitty Wi-Fi, and he thought he started Kamara, who got 20 points on his bench, and that it went through, and then checked later and saw Kamara still sitting on his bench.
Yeah.
Putting up
He was going to
20.
swap him out for Juju. So that gives him another 16.
Right.
which-
Still
should've
won
swapped.
though. So
Yeah.
Swap him out for Zeke.
Yeah. What's up with Zeke?
The whole thing's
Tony
fucked.
Pollard had a great week. All right. So, anyways, Goat and Vetter. This is one of the fun games where Goat practically doubled Vetter's score.
Yeah, good for Goat, because Goat's team's been through some shit.
yeah,
He's been hurt.
he's been hurting.
Vetter with his worst team ever. It's living up to its name. He's 2-3, so it could be worse. But living up to his name, 72.5 points for him.
You talking about my team?
34.5 for Goat. 29.5 from Kelsey, 22 from Brady, 19.5 from McCaffrey, 14.5 from Metcalf.
I love it. Kelsey had 4 touchdowns and like 25 yards.
Yeah. Goat scored 134.5 points, and his defense scored -1.
Oh,
McCaffrey being McCaffrey. Look at McCaffrey.
Look at
playing all
McCaffrey
season,
go.
huh?
yeah.
I mean, he's not banging, the 20 plus, but he's also playing.
Yeah, like I'll
Thank
take 19.5 points from Christian McCaffrey any day.
Over out for 3 weeks.
Not to mention, with the Panthers where they are, there's a lot of talk about all those people getting moved.
Yeah.
So he might find himself somewhere
Baker
else.
Mayfield to Arby's. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that tweet. The internet's so fucked up.
So Vetter somehow got 2 players on his team who scored him 0 points.
Ooh.
know how you manage that. 0 points from Darren Waller.
Well,
0
Waller,
points from
he
Chase
went out
Edmonds.
in like the first offensive set
Yeah.
for the Raiders.
I do not understand why Vetter keeps starting Chase Edmonds.
Because Swift's hurt, and that's the only running back he's got.
I mean, but there are other running backs,
Not on his team.
I suppose. So, Chase Edmonds has scored double digits one time. Week 1, 8 points. Week 2, 3.5. Week 3, 14.5. Week 4, 8 points. And a big old 0 this time.
It's kind
I
of
don't get it.
Mostert's backfield.
Yep.
Ooh, Goff with only 5.
5 points
Well,
for
again,
Goff.
That's fucking that New England.
Yeesh. And didn't
They
he
said, "Fuck
fucking
your
go off
35 points."
last week? 41 points for Goff. That was his lowest week all season. 5 points.
Yep. You hate to see it.
Hate to watch you score
Now he's on a
low.
bye, so now he has the whole week to sit around and think about how shitty he played.
But we also have
Or-
to talk about, I don't think we mentioned this on the show, that I believe Vetter has gone 0-2 since renaming his team worst team ever.
I do believe. I don't think he's won since he renamed his team. Which feels like, I mean, it definitely happens in our league, but it feels like it happens specifically to him over and over again. Him and Tad. But maybe I'm inventing that.
Well, Tad is award winning for changing his team name.
Yeah, but then quickly losing afterwards.
Right, yeah. Fake
Speaking
crime
of
of the
Tad,
year.
Tad had a very close game against the Kelly bot until the Kelly bot, out of friggin' nowhere, gets 22 points out of the Dallas defense and comes out and beats him 88.5 to 75. Like,
Wow.
they were projected to be real close with Tad on top.
Yeah.
And then this defense just was like, I got this, never mind.
Against the defending Super Bowl champs,
Yep.
who are not looking really good right now.
No, Rams are struggling. Rams are looking bad. So Kelly Bot got 23 out of Kirk Cousins, 22 out of that Dallas defense. Like, unreal.
And then Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Yep, 17 from him. Finally, that guy, I waited like 4 years for him to be worth carrying. And other than that, his team was pretty lame. Who's this kicker he's got? Why is he starting this kicker? Kelly Bot. What are you doing rolling with Cade York at kicker?
Cade York, who is ranked 16th.
Yeah, busted 3 out of 5 times. Sounds great.
From the famous York Peppermint Patty family.
Yep.
Who
York
knows? He
missed
might
both
be.
of his field goal attempts. Okay, good job. Good job. You look like you work at a Wendy's.
There's been a lot. I feel like there's been many more missed field goals and extra points recently than in years past.
Yeah.
Like
The Browns came down to all the way. Chip shot. Missed it. Brown's going to Brown.
That's what they gotta do.
as a kicker, man, you miss one too many kicks. That is so easy to get cut.
Absolutely. I'm letting my kicker miss two kicks. Then I'm like, that's wonderful. Enjoy your time at your house. Also, the way you said "as a kicker" made it sound like you yourself were a kicker.
No. Just empathizing
I was
as
like,
a
is
kicker.
Is this a phase of your life that we have never spoken about? Were you a kicker on a football team?
Well, okay, so this is what happened. In Pee Wee football, you know, I was a chunky kid, so usually they put me as a lineman. But then just one day, you know, just for shits and giggles, I started kicking the ball, and I was pretty damn good at it. For a while, I played a couple years of Pee Wee football, and it didn't really excite me too much. And then my uncle was coaching this girls' soccer team, and he needed a ringer. So he put me in a wig and a dress and brought me over to his girls' soccer team called the Ladybugs. The end.
Kicked
Perfect.
it all the way to a championship.
Nailed it.
I've never actually seen it.
Championship?
I thought for sure this was a real story. At the beginning
Speaking of changing team names, Kellybot 5000 changed his name to Cuck 6 Kellybot 5000 and then fucking pulled out a win against the number 1 team in the league.
I don't get it. The Kelly lot is immune to curses, I guess.
I mean, Kellybot's got that algorithm. It's that artificial intelligence.
I tell you, I'm not heartbroken about it because Thatcher's team was looking pretty scary up until this week.
I'm fucking in the same division as him. Oh, Jose is too. And last season, I was just on his heels the entire season. So it's nice to get out ahead for once.
Although this Kansas City's guy, Edward Hilaire, TikTok has really soured on him.
Really? Do tell.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, with Mahomes, I'm very interested in how all of the Kansas City players do. And if Edward Hilaire gets the ball, it means I don't get points. So what do you got? What do you got?
Lots of film breakdowns and an analysis of why his hot start was all just essentially a fluke and that he is nothing special and you should not be expecting anything out of him for the rest of the year. So
nice.
I don't know if it's true, but the TikTok analysts, they do not like that guy. And remember, the last one they didn't like was Najee Harris, and he looks like shit. So.
But also, part of it is probably Mahomes is connecting.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, no Tyreek Hill. It's whoever's open.
Right,
They're just
exactly.
trying to score.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Unless you're Kelsey, I'm definitely looking for Kelsey.
Yeah. What Kelsey? Where's Kelsey? Come on, catch
What
this.
they got to do is they got to call the Panthers and get DJ Moore, bring him in.
Or how about Christian
I won't
McCaffrey?
feel as bad. No, that's fine. He can stay.
They'd probably have to give up too much for McCaffrey, and that may. I mean, as much as
you think though, because he'd be going from the Panthers to Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
That doesn't make your value any less. That
but
doesn't mean
you might take a
you're
pay
the Super
cut.
Bowl Chiefs will take nothing. No. I'm saying the Chiefs would have to give up too much. Like he's not just walking to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a trade. So the Chiefs would Carolina would be. They definitely want 1 to 2 first rounds.
Yeah.
When's
and probably a player.
When's his contract up? We'll see.
Definitely before Russell Wilson's.
Oh my God!
Did you see how long his contract goes for?
Yeah.
It's gross.
Most lucrative contract in the NFL, maybe NFL history.
All these contracts are NFL history because the money they're throwing at the players are nothing that touched what they used to make back in the day. What the fuck were we saying?
Who cares? Where are we at?
All right, next up, we got Jose's game. Jose trying to beat your wife.
That's where we were. The direct attacks.
Direct attacks. Jose rolled into town, said, "I'm going to beat your wife," and then she said, "Oh yeah," and beat him. 101 to 78.5. Jose, what a week! What a tough week for you.
I know. And the sad thing is I like my team.
Yeah.
And they're just not like Herbert. I sat him last time because of the ribs. He puts up fucking 30. I play him, he puts up 16.
Yeah.
Stevenson finally gets what I wanted from him, why I drafted him. So that's cool. It's good to see that. But then A.J. Dillon has not been giving me anything that I drafted him for. That fucker scored 3. Justin Jefferson, who I drafted, has done me well. Amari Cooper I picked up has done me well. But then I got my fucking tight end, 0.5. And then Romeo Dobbs, who I thought playing against the fucking Giants, who are apparently good.
Apparently.
Fucking 3-5. And then the Chargers defense that was supposed to have been, the Chargers defense reminds me of the Bengals offensive line. All this preseason hype about how good they are, and it is not translated. And then fucking my kicker, 0.
0.
0.
1 extra point and a missed field goal.
Oh no,
Thanks.
bro.
Just
Young way.
enough to cancel it out.
Yeah.
And then Thomas still hurt. Hopkins suspended. We all knew
Until
that.
when?
Week 7. So he's not playing. This week is the last week of his suspension.
Nice.
He can come back week 7.
It's a good thing that you have Trevor Lawrence hanging out there on your bench, though, with his 9 whole points.
Well, he wasn't hanging out on my bench last week. He was a starter.
Right.
What did he do last week?
With 9 whole points.
8 points last week. But before that, 30, 22, 15.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, well, he's trending up, and Herbert's ribs are hurt. And he's like, oh, you put me in? Nah, I changed my mind.
He's your young buff daughter.
What a week.
I tell you what.
Jerry Allen still hurt. That really hurts because that was a high draft pick.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
For him to just be sitting there.
We talked about Tito's running backs letting him down. Mary's running backs are not letting anybody down. 26 out of Derrick Henry, 25 out of Nick Chubb, and then 14 out of Tony Pollard.
That Cowboys team. Who would have thunk in 2022 we'd be talking about a strong Cowboys and a fucking winning Giants?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but what happens when Dak comes back and if Dak loses his first game back, Dallas will fucking shit themselves.
No, you can't. If Cooper Rush is winning, you gotta go with the hot hand.
No, because you paid the other hand way more than you paid Cooper Rush, and you are not paying a guy fucking $96 million to sit on the bench.
Hey, win's a win.
I mean, any of us will fucking take it. Pay us $96 million. We'll sit the fuck out of that bench. I'll make sure that bench is warm for everybody. They will have the most exquisite bench experience while they're there, dining at Shayla Bench. But you don't pay your quarterback that much to sit on the bench. So yes, I get it, the hot hand. But I mean, but if Dak loses too, like the town is going to turn on him.
Right.
And how good is your expensive quarterback when you've lost the town?
Yep.
City, whatever the fuck Dallas is.
The town of Dallas.
I think it's one of the 7 continents. I tell you what, I will admit, the other day I had a little dropsies remorse, so I came over to Jose's team to check on Amari Cooper, who that first week
just to see if he shit the bed.
The first week I had him 2.5 points. Then I dropped him. Jose picked him up 20.5, 19.5, then 0.5, then 16.5. So a big boner move by me, and I was getting kind of down about it. And then I was like, but wait, Jose's 1-4.
Which hurts even more because that was a perfect waiver wire pickup to turn my season around.
Yep.
And it's like for every person I pick up that does well, 3 more is like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been there. Those are frustrating times.
And like I really drafted with this LA connection. And to lose that like fucking week 1. Really, really hurts. And even Michael Thomas was looking good. He put up 19, 15, and then 6.5. Like he was doing all right.
Well, all you got to do is make the playoffs. So you just keep close. And when Thomas is back, when Hopkins is back, you'll be in good shape.
That's the beauty of it. You can lose 4 just as quick as you can win 4.
Yep.
and that goes for every team out there. You're all
Except for
2
me.
gunshots away from losing 4 games.
God. All right.
All right, and our last game of the week, Nyes versus Lee.
Woo!
And what I love about this is Lee was riding high when he was 2-0. And he was like, man, this is so easy. Anybody can do this. Now he's gone 0-3 since then. And it's really, the wheels are starting to fall off. And I think
because
maybe,
he still has Trey Lance.
yeah, maybe it's time for Lee to start looking at, the waivers.
Trey Lance.
83.5 for Lee. Kyle Murray over there with 18. Najee
If he
Harris.
squeaks in as like the last team in, and Trey Lance comes back and he plays him and he wins the Super Bowl with Trey Lance, I will shit my pants.
I will bet you $100 that Trey Lance will not move from that bench spot the rest of the season.
Oh, I smell some collusion now. He's like, Lee,
Oh,
give you
you
fucking
mean
25.
you mean like Mahoney and Tito colluding to get Lee into the league as an absentee owner?
Well, we didn't expect him to be an absentee owner. We thought that when he got a taste of it, he'd really enjoy
Be
it.
the guy who says I fucking hate football and I don't want to do this.
It'll be a nice experiment for him, and then maybe we got to kick him out.
Lee,
I say fuck
It's
it.
not
Let's
us,
continue
it's
to
you.
let people leave the league, and then we can install puppet commissioners and puppet GMs. So then it's just the 4 of us playing fantasy football.
I love it.
Oh,
We
man,
each
our
have a
teams would be
team of
so
45
stacked.
people.
I'm still 1-4.
I have 6 quarterbacks.
So this week was super cool for me because I had Mahomes and Marquez Valdez-Scantling playing Monday night, but by Sunday night, I didn't even need them to play.
Oh,
And he actually put up points. MVS finally
He did?
having a decent game.
Yeah.
12 points most of the season.
Obviously, big win for me. Did I have the highest score this week? Yes, I did.
yes,
Just
yes,
by
you
a
did.
couple points. It was a bummer that I didn't start David Montgomery, who had just come back from injury, but everything pointed to don't fucking start him. Give him a week to come back. So
Yeah,
16 on my
nobody
bench.
Thought that they would completely shut Herbert down and not even play him. Everyone was like, he's coming back from the ankle. They're probably going to ease him in. Khalil Herbert just had fucking 170 yards. Blah 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 blah. They'll probably do a little split. Nope. How about you go back to the bench? This guy's playing.
Brees Hall coming in huge for you, and
Yes.
then right after the game announced that he hates dogs and anybody who loves them. So everybody is dropping him in protest. So
I
think
do
we should
think that's
probably
funny
do
that that's the way you're trying to tug at my heartstrings. Like, yeah, I like dogs, but just because Brees Hall says he doesn't like them, motherfucker, I started Michael Vick one season.
Well, he loves dogs.
He must love
He had
dogs.
a whole dog thing. that
Big
one
dog
time.
guy.
Yeah, big dog guy. There's like all sorts of dogs in his yard. Buried.
He
true.
even had fucking Bill Maher hitting 11 points for him.
Bill Maher.
When am I gonna finally drop Harrison Butker? Because they keep
I don't know.
teasing
What do you
me.
need him for?
They keep
Well,
teasing.
yeah, but here's the thing: is if you got the IR spot, you
Yeah.
don't.
Well,
Until you
what's
need
funny,
that spot.
he keeps
just
going from out to questionable, and I'm surprised it's not making me put him back on my bench. So I'm just letting him sit there. I guess I'll just have to have him sit there until. I mean, unless somebody more valuable goes on IR, but I was doing
You got
pretty
the
good.
number 2 ranked, like the second highest scoring kicker in the whole league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you're good. You're good.
I'd be fine releasing your other kicker. Like, what do you need
Well,
him
yeah, but
for?
if he's got the IR, Until you
hold it until you need the spot, I guess. But like,
I think it was last week when I said to myself, all right, so Butker's questionable, but he might play this week. I'll give him one more week. And then the week after that, I'm like, I'm going to give him one more week.
yeah. I'd hold him until I needed the spot or until the app forced me to put him back in my lineup.
Yeah.
And then I'd just drop him.
Yeah, because
what I'd do is I'd keep Butker and I'd drop Breece Hall. That's what I would do.
That's sound advice.
I see it happening. As soon as I drop Butker, they're gonna activate him, and he's gonna kick like 1,000-yard field goal.
On my team.
Yeah. Jose's just gonna be right there, just fucking rubbing his hands together, like yes, drop Butker.
The whole rest of the season, we're like, Jose has basically like a second quarterback in this Butker guy. He's scoring 35 points a game. It's amazing.
We did not
somehow. Amari Cooper throws a touchdown to Butker.
Yes.
In some fucking weird fluke.
Did you see fucking Cooper Kupp throwing balls?
Yeah, that might be the last ball he throws. That shit almost got fucking picked.
All right, well, that's week 5. Jose, I don't want to spring this on you, but since Tito's not here, do you want to go over the standings?
Let's fucking do this.
All right, let's do it.
Butthole Banditos. We're going to start in the Butthole Bandito division, where the one who just whooped my ass, Dagobah Seagulls, very nice, at the lead, with a nice little breakaway.
Yeah, a little
4-1.
Sleeper team.
Putting some distance between chicken skin duffel bags over here and Turd Ferguson, both tied for second at 2 and 3. With fucking Tito's just monster of a team sitting at the bottom of the fucking division at 1 and 4.
You know, knowing Tito though, for a second I feel bad that he's 1 and 4, but then I'm like, no, Tito's scary. Like he could come back from this and win the whole thing again. 1
and 4 is not good. Being this deep down in week 5 is not good. But you still got 4 more weeks to turn it around. If you can pull a 4-game winning streak, the divisions could look a lot different in 4 weeks if some other teams start getting their ass beat.
Yep, absolutely.
Moving over to the Trouser Seeds, we have another 4 and 1. Tell him Candy eats Band-Aids. Tell him Kelly eats Band-Aids. Sitting at 4-1. Worst team ever. Cucked 6. Kelly bought 5,000. And the Shelbyville Sharks all fighting for second or fucking last at 2 and 3.
I feel like you read Mahoney's team name like it's the first time you've ever seen it written. Tell him Kelly eats Band-Aids.
What?
Why would he eat Band-Aids?
What a concept. Someone tell The Rock.
And then over in the Don't Make It Weird, we're having a little change of the guard. Gotham Rogues at 4 and 1.
Oh, yeah.
Taking over Thatcher Karate Adjacent, who started the season, most of the season at first place. Now he's dropped, tied with MILF Hunter at 3 and 2. And the team I love to hate and hate to love, swinging in at 1 and 4. Fucking hurts, man. It hurts. I hate seeing a team I like.
You got a better team than that, so
garbage.
Frustrating.
Okay, but look at this, Jose. We're deep into interdivisional play right now. You look at these other divisions, and 6 of these 8 teams are under 500. You're just a game behind most of them.
Yeah.
So you rack up a couple wins against worst team ever, Kelly Bot, Duffel Bags, Shark, Tito. Like, you're back in it. And I do not feel comfortable being at 4-1 above Thatcher and Melf with 3-2 because that's
Your
1 week and I'm third place again.
Yeah, your division is definitely shaping up to be the one where the wild card comes out of.
I feel like
Yeah,
it always is.
Because I watch in 2 weeks when we're all tied with the same record.
Right.
Yep.
Then it truly is a wild card.
It is
So fucking
the card
wild.
that is the wildest.
Once if I can get Keenan, Michael Thompson, and DeAndre Hopkins rolling, but then goddamn, I got Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, and Romeo Dobbs. I got wide receivers falling out of my asshole, but none of them scoring goddamn points.
You gotta start working some trades. You got too many wide receivers. You
Yeah.
gotta start balancing. When are they coming back, and what can you get for them?
Not Brees
Tell you
Hall.
what,
Brees Hall, the fucking dog hater.
All right. Well, that is week 5. Mahoney, what can we expect going into week 6?
No.
All right, week 6. My newly acquired Carson Wentz leads my team against Tito.
Oh, that's where you're at, huh?
That's where I'm at.
Oh, the
You're on the
sturdy
Wentz
Carson
train.
Wentz.
Yeah, it's a weird time in history when I try to pick up Geno Smith and I get blocked by 2 other people in front of me picking him up on waivers.
Geno Smith, the belle of the ball on waivers this
Seriously.
week.
And all I can hope is that, like he does, everyone being like, that Geno Smith isn't so bad, puts so much pressure on him that he just collapses under the weight of it. It works out terrible.
All he has to do is be better than Russ, though.
Yeah, I think all of Seattle, they're just playing on another level to stick it to Russell Wilson.
I actually
love
think
it.
that has a lot to do with it.
I don't think they
completely
give
agree.
a fuck about anybody, the division, nothing. Let's just play our dicks off, put up some points, win some games, and fuck Russ. That's the level they're on right
3 greatest motivations on this planet Earth are hunger, thirst, and spite.
Yep.
And I fucking
Absolutely.
identify with that.
now. And they're drinking some
Absolutely.
spurts.
Spurst. Well, so speaking of, I don't know the exact details of who said it, but I do know that some member of the fuck are they called? The Commanders?
Yes.
Whatever the Washington football team is, said something about how the reason they're losing is because of Carson Wentz.
Oh, the coach said that. Ron Rivera.
Perfect. So let's get some of that spite into Carson Wentz and let's see him start going on.
Nothing like getting roasted by your coach the week before you play.
Always the redheaded stepchild.
I'm here for it. I hope he lights them up. So yeah, we're projected really close. 99.5 for me, 95, well 96 really for Tito. So anybody's game. We'll see.
You never want to see Josh Allen across the field from you, that's for sure.
I really do not want to face Josh Allen.
Most
I was
athletic
looking
white
when,
man
you know-
since Matt and Jeff Hardy.
I needed to move on from Russ, and I'm looking around at teams that are struggling, and I'm like, who's got a quarterback I can try to steal? And I was like, could I get Josh Allen away from Tito? And I was like, no. On Tito, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, I get that I'm 1-4, but no, you can't have Josh Allen.
No, just imagine you could Gabe Davis could have been your equalizer this week.
Could have.
You played Gabe and all these touchdowns he's throwing to him, all your points.
I wouldn't start him. See, I knew I could dump Gabe David out. So, little behind the scenes that I normally,
Don't share.
would keep to myself.
Yeah.
But I knew Tito wanted Gabe Davis because he wanted him in the draft. Tito had Mostert, who I think is on the way up. So I wanted him, and I was like, I bet Tito would trade Mostert for Gabe Davis, considering he wanted Gabe Davis, and he's got Josh Allen. And then, sure enough, he accepted that thing real fast. So it was a good move. I'm pleased. Hopefully he's pleased, and I hope it works out. He's 1-4. He could use some points.
That's for sure.
I like points.
All right. Speaking of people who could use some points, what's happening with Mary? She's missing multiple players. She's
probably
projected
has
at
not-
75, and Mel's projected at 106.
Yeah, so
Those are
she's got
buys.
Derrick Henry and Hawkinson on buys this week, it looks like. So she just probably hasn't looked at her team yet. It's early. It's Wednesday.
Better check it before Thursday.
I will make sure she checks it before Thursday.
Collusion.
No, that's not fair. Because if I don't let her know by Thursday and she doesn't start somebody that plays Thursday, then I have to deal with her. So, like, this
Also,
is
at some degree, that's also collusion.
this is the husband exemption.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's fine. She's got players. She just has to slot them in. Although she doesn't have another running back. Oh, no, she does have. She can move Pollard up and put somebody else at flex. So.
Yeah, for sure. She's
All
got
right,
Judy on her
so
bench.
Who fucking knows what the actual projection is for Mary? But we'll see.
I
She's
like
got
it.
the Melf Hunters.
I feel like
so.
it's gamesmanship.
Oh, it could be. It could be. Just trying to freak them out. Be like, you don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mary's got to face Mel, and like I talked about last week, I don't want to face Mel ever again.
And I mean, if you got Derrick Henry and Hawkinson who has been doing some work for her, both on a bye, maybe you just chalk this week up to
Yeah.
a loss.
All of you do that. Fuck it, right? Take the week off. Enjoy Sunday with your family. Go to the park. Have a picnic. Don't even
Because
worry about
she
that.
does not
Picnic sounds
have
nice.
30 points between two players on her bench.
Yeah. You know who is not going to take Sunday off and go on a picnic at the park with his family? Tom Brady.
Oh.
So Goat is safe to start him.
Fuck
This is
them
another
kids.
one. The Kelly bot must be dealing with some shitty bye weeks or something because he is projected at 83 to Goat's 110.
No, I
So-
mean, it looks like everybody's playing.
Yeah, but they're not good.
He could start. Okay,
he's got
Damian Harris
He's got
is
Harrison
questionable.
with 0 points.
He could start James Conner, who's also questionable, but projected for 12.9.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson. He's never going to start Robbie Anderson. I keep saying he. This is a robot, so it's a.
Well, you can gender the robot.
Can
it's
you?
fine.
I mean, I think wouldn't a would a Kelly Butts pronouns be 011
I suppose we'll have to ask. I do think it would be amazing if somebody could program the Kelly bot to speak, and we just could take some phone calls. But you know, it's hard. AI is hard. Maybe we just get a bunch of like screeching modem sounds that come through.
The AI is so hard. It's coming all day.
Just basking in the
Pound in the
afterglow.
hole.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor. He can start Taylor. Taylor's projected. He looks like he's playing. Should drop 9 points. Shit.
Yeah, that hit did not look good. Like,
No, that's the type of hit that he's not going to be right the rest of the season. He might not be able to eat soup anymore. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
so wild. All right, now as you get Vetter in his worst team ever, and it is looking like it's going to continue. So he stole Geno Smith, but that's not going to help him. And he's projected for 91. You're projected for 108. So he's got to really come up with some points here. No wonder he was trying to trade for like half your team.
nice Goat and Mel, only ones projected in the hundos this week.
Cool.
That's not true at all.
Oh, I'm looking at it right here. MILF 106.
Well, and
Turtle,
Tad and
110.
Lee.
I mean Tad and Lee. Oh.
Yeah.
God damn it. Fucking dumb scroll.
All right. Well, speaking of Tad and Lee,
Those games those games are done. They both take an L.
well, but look at this. Look at this. Tad projected 102.2. Lee projected 102.2.
That's wild.
Wild.
Like shit. I gotta say, I kind of hope that Lee loses out. I hope he loses every game for the rest of the season.
That fuck.
Sorry, Lee. I know you're listening. Wouldn't that be like the best storyline though? Wouldn't it be so funny if Lee lost every game for the rest of this? If he went 2-0 and then lost the next, how many more games do we play after that? Like
Shit.
14? If he went 2-14, it'd be fucking hysterical.
Well, this season's going to carry over, right? We're going to do the first 14 this week or this year, and then continue this season, and then do the playoffs next year.
Works for me.
It's a supersized season. It's like when they do the mid-season finale for like Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't worry, we'll be back.
It's not going to be how it used to be. There's a 1-4 team in that barn with fucking zombie rabies.
Jose, you got a heck of a week coming up. You've got Matt. You got Matt. Matt projected at 92.4. You projected at 93.4. So that is a toss-up.
So that means I'm going to put up 70.
Could very well be.
This is one of these under 500 teams. This could be it.
The start of the rebound.
You beat him, and you're tied with him now.
Ooh,
Yep.
I'm going to tie you so good. I'm going to tie you up.
You beat Shark, and you have the third best record in the league.
Yeah.
How fucking wild. All right. Looks like we're eating shark tuna this week, boys.
Gonna need a bigger boat. Forrest Gump?
What?
I know you said Forrest Gump, but it sounded like you said horse cum. And I was like, okay.
No, I just don't
That's a
know
weird
why
thing
I
to
did the
declare.
Jaws line in the Forrest Gump voice.
Horse cum?
Horse cum?
That's right.
Horse cum, barely knew her.
All right, that's week whatever the fuck.
Did we cover
5,
everything?
Whatever week.
We got everything? Cool.
We got everything.
Nice. All right, that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Oh, Mahoney, what are your thoughts going into week 6?
All right, my thoughts going into week 6 is it is time to start thinking about bye weeks. It's time to start thinking about
Yes.
what you have on your bench. If you're carrying a player that you drafted and you're like, this person might come through for me later in the year, and they've shown you nothing for the first quarter of the season, time's up. Time's up for people to show you what they got. It's time for those people to go out to waivers and for you to pick up the pieces that you're going to need to get yourself through bye weeks. So the time to give people test drives and be patient with them has passed.
Mm-hmm. Or you're just going to just have to accept your fate for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I am a big proponent of that. If you're looking at a week where you got a bunch of buys and you're up against an opponent and it looks like there's a 2% chance that you are going to win, fuck it. What do you need to make that a 5% chance that you're going to win? Like, just roll with it.
I mean, even some of the professional teams go into some weeks knowing, oh, we're going to eat shit this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got next week.
That's right. You don't have to be undefeated.
All right, Jose, what do you got going into week 6?
You can turn it around, folks. If you're 1-4, you're staring down the barrel of that gun.
Mm-hmm.
But you got some players that can come back. You still might have a chance. And also, this might be the chance, the time where you see where you're overabundant and try to make a change to your lineup. Pick something you're not. So, y'all want wide receivers? I got them.
You have so many wide receivers.
I do like wide receivers. But you're not getting Breece Hall. I don't know who started this rumor,
What about Bryce Hall?
You can have Bryce Hall. You can have Bryce.
about
Give me a wide receiver for Bryce Hall and Bryce Remsburg.
What about Kyle Reese Hall?
Kyle Reese. It's like that's the Terminator guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him.
How
Then
about
I can go back in time and fix the shitty record.
How about
Oh!
some Reese's Pieces? All right. Well, that being said, be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Thanks to Queek for coming out tonight. Hope you win next week, sir or madam. Be sure to listen to Pop Fantasy Football live every week and chat with us in real time, just like Queek did. And listen to the Panels on Pages podcast live mostly every Tuesday, just as long as we're not fucking exhausted at 10 p.m. Eastern. Download Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite podcast app. We've got merch at merch.panelsonpages.com, and you can join the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com and get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel, just like where Shark was talking about how he thought he started Alvin Kamara, but fucking didn't. The whole thing sucks. That being said, we'll leave you with some parting words, once again, from the late, great John Madden. I signed with the Raiders, and all I caught were these charges. On behalf of Tito Cruz, who is on assignment, Dan Mahoney, Jose Guzman, and myself, Jason Nyes, thanks for joining us for the Pop Fantasy Football 2022 Week 5 recap. Good luck to everyone in this league and beyond, and we will see you next week.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.